Good morning, afternoon, evening. How you doing? Okay, we have Contrology original 34 movements by Mr. Joseph Pilates himself. Well, it's not by him, it's me. Hi. First thing is please, 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 if you've not done Pilates before, don't start with this video. Okay? Do not, please. Thank you. If you have back injuries, you don't know how to connect into your core, anything like that, this is not the way to start. So I urge you to go back to some other videos that are either on here, yeah, got it, and just take your time. Otherwise, injuries happen, and I do not wish Pilates to be the cause for injuries because it's not its goal. So we're going to start down, take a few breaths to begin with, settle yourself in, wiggle around, so you just want to get yourself into a state where you can go, Our first move is hundreds, so legs stretch out, squeeze them together. Long body line, keep your torso connected as your arms go up. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, float yourself up. Head goes, chin goes down, legs come up, and you go hop, pump. So if you know Pilates, hundreds is pumping from the shoulder without head banging, bouncing up and down. It's a breath in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 10. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue to the 100. As soon as I stop, obviously, that will be your 100. Things to note while you're doing this. Squeeze your legs together. Draw up and into your deep abdominals. The belly sinking down. Back strain, please. Bend your knees or bring your legs higher. Not as low as mine are here. Keep bringing your chin like you're kind of constantly curling up. Is the feeling that you want to get here. There's your 100. Relax. Flex your feet, which means toes towards your face. You bring your arms up overhead into roll up. So you're going over your body there. Scoop, roll down, point your toes as you go back down. Lumbar gently drops down, arms go overhead. Breathe in, arms come up, breathe out. Up and over. Stay in this big curve as you reach past your toes if possible. Rolling down, bone by bone, by bone, by bone, by bone, by bone, by bone, by bone. Arms over without popping the ribs. Again, we come up. You may not roll smoothly, so either push with your arms a little bit, bend your knees, whatever is needed to help you come up, but please try not to do the Dracula lurch move, okay? After this one, we come upright and we go into roll over. So the legs go up and over together, open the legs shoulder distance, flex your feet, roll your spine down, circle the legs coming together, up and over with the legs squeezed shut, parallel to the ground if you can. Have a feeling of lift as you take the legs down, and only lowering the legs as far as you don't let your back arch. We reverse it in a minute with those legs. Work through your feet, really press through the heels and the toes. So here we're pushing the heels away from us, legs come together, toes point, roll down, open, up and over, breathe out, breathe in, legs together, breathe out. 2 breaths also possible. You can see how much you have to talk while trying to teach this at the same time, which is why I didn't talk and teach. Okay, one leg goes down, other leg goes up, flex the foot that's supporting you eventually, and single leg circle. I'm only doing small ones and I tend to check my hips. So out and around. Breathe out as the leg goes away from you. That's the challenging part. So we're going to come change direction. Inhale across, exhale out. Inhale across. Movement through the hip joint, not through the pelvis. I say only leg circles one, the smaller ones, which is more stability through the pelvis. Beautiful transition to the other side. Point the top foot, flex the supporting leg. Supporting leg is a standing strong leg. Exhale as it goes out. Inhale across. Trying to keep your knee, change direction after you've done 5, maybe 6. Keep your knee pointing over your head, which means that the leg doesn't internally or externally rotate. Again, shoulders, upper body relaxed if you can. That's the goal. We're only working the hips, so try not to let your knee go, your neck go. All right, we're coming into rolling like a ball or rolling back. Small little ball, breathe out, and then breathe in as you roll to go back. So the breath in on the way back is going to open the spine. You keep the chin close towards you so the head does not hit the floor, please. Your breath out is to help you contract to come up. Really nice spine massage. I'm just checking that I can be seen. And then after you've finished this last one, you come into single leg stretch. Excuse me. Okay, so we go and switch, switch. So it's an inhale, exhale, switch. Now I am really pulling my leg in towards me. Spine is as neutral as yours can be. Any back issues, please let your spine drop to the floor a little bit. I probably look a bit imprinted. It's a bit of a, it's my pattern in my body. Stay again constantly in that curl up. Nodding through your head, pulling the leg in, stretching the other one low if you can, and then coming into double leg stretch, which means 2 knees in, arms out, around and pull in. Now I have a bush in the way, so I'm really sorry. My right arm does some funky things so I don't keep hitting the tree. Sweep the arms open. Look at your belly every now and again and just check that it doesn't boing and bulge. That is not a good sign. After this one, coming up and taking a moment to come into spine stretch forward. Legs go up, tall body. Drop the head, roll forward, reach, stack your spine up. Head is the last thing to come up. Options, inhale forward or exhale forward. It's spine stretch, so we're really thinking of sitting bones and tail down, lifting up and out the body, and do reach your shoulders forward and up because that also increases the stretch through the erector spinae. Great move to take a break in between, strong through your feet, lifted up and in towards the belly, and then we're going to come back on to open leg rocker. I think I had a mosquito there. I'm really sorry about that. I just realised. Okay, from there, open leg rocker. So from here, we're going to start to come up, bend the knees. Mosquito again there. See, look, I think I got it. Lengthen the legs up, lift through the chest, point your toes. This is your photo moment, and then roll back. Head stays in again. Please don't clump your head to the floor. Lift, lift, lift. Go on, get up there. Boom. So you're rolling off your butt bones, pushing legs into hands, hands into legs to help you come and sit up. Option, bend the knees if your hamstrings are going, I don't like this. So you scoop your belly, which helps your pelvis tuck, and you get to roll. And then you lift your chest like you're trying to send your nipples up to your toes. Bit of a problem if you can do that, by the way. From here, open leg rocker, we hit corkscrew. Intricate little move. So bear with how we do this because, again, if you have any back issues, please not this move. So legs go up and over. I started symmetrical. Now I turn my legs towards the left. That movement comes from the thoracic spine. I roll down the left side of my body. I do a little U-turn down my pelvis there. Come up the right side roll. Find middle at the top and I go back to the right. So it feels like you're directing this from your feet. You're not. You're actually turning around the sort of ribcage area. So center goal is if I had a book on my butt, I wouldn't be spilling the book. I think I have a few times. So I roll up the right side, come through center, go back right, roll down right, U-turn at the bottom to roll up the left, find the middle, come to the left, roll down the left, U-turn at the bottom, roll up through the right. And the challenge here is when we're balancing and we're upside down and we have no idea where our body is, and that's why you come to center, because it's like, is it possible to come to center? Can I propriocept myself when I'm upside down? From there, we're going to roll ourselves up, and then open up. Now I turn to face you. You don't have to do this, but we're coming into soar. Option, how wide your legs go. A little bit depends on where you're at with your inner thigh openness. I took mine quite wide. And again, I've picked some options here. So it's a twist, a down, a lift, and across. So you twist, soar off your little toe, twist, up, change. So what you'll see here is I did pulse, pulse, up. Now 3 pulses. So twist, down, reach, 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 up. 1 is possible, 2 is possible, 3 is possible. So you can play with that a little bit. The front hand palm down, back hand palm up, which helps you get more rotation, but go with the lift feeling. I do fancy things with my hands. I'm quite funny. Then from here, transition around, lift yourself up, over, and bend your elbows to come down to lie on your belly into prone. So we are now coming into swan dive. Please, again, if you don't feel you're ready in your back, just take a few more swans than the swan dive itself. That's why I did a few there. And then it's the rock. So my legs come up, my hands lift, I catch, boom. So you could keep your hands on the ground all the time. There's an option of the hands reaching forward, which I didn't do because this is a hard surface on a bony pubic bone. Not fun. So your body comes down, the legs come up, the legs go down, your body comes up. From there, single leg kick. So resting on your forearms like you would in a plank. Long body line, pubic bone on the floor. You go kick, kick, stretch, down. Change, kick, kick, stretch, down. The goal is to keep the lift through the torso and not hang into your shoulders. And as you bend, it's a really good quad stretch and hamstring like. Now, I play with my feet because it's funky. So I've got a pointed toe or a flexed foot. I actually work more through my toes than my ankle, I will be honest. Especially on that leg. Interesting to see. But it's a kick, kick, stretch, release. Kick, kick, stretch, release. Kick, kick, hands together, drop the head, turn the head one way. So now you've got 3, 2, 1, lift the legs, stretch the body, and then change. Your kick, 2, 3, legs reach out, body lifts up, arms reach behind. So you're turning your cheek each way. When you do the kicks, please don't kind of headbutt the floor or look like you're trying to have sex with the floor, because it's not recommended. Options here, again, I opened my legs on one repetition, I closed them on the other, I lifted higher there to get more hip extension, rotation outwards, made my glutes work slightly differently. On the next set, then I brought my legs completely together, which was a different feeling, a different connection. So please play with both. If you have any back issues, again, just be gentle with yourselves here. Coming back, coming up, sitting yourselves over to come into neck pull. So neck pull is a little bit more challenging in some respects than the roll up. So you go forward like you did in roll up, you stack yourself up. Here's the change. We hinge back, draw it in, stomach strong, then you roll. Legs are now apart, please, about hip width or mat distance. Sorry, I was in the wrong place on my mat. Pushing out through the heels, pulling the feet back, rolling up, rolling up, rolling up. The wider the elbows, the harder that is. Coming up, coming over, reaching. Again, stack up, and you can do a very slight lift through your neck there, so that's why it's a bit of a neck pull. Leaning back, dropping the eyes slightly so you don't over flip your head up. Scoop it and roll it back. So beautiful opportunity to move the pelvis through this one. So curl, curl, curl. Again, no Dracula movements. If so, please bring your arms forward. Round the back and hinge a wee bit there. Oh, I couldn't decide what I was doing there. Roll up, stack, 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 stack it up, lift it, boom. Connect, waistline in, waistline strong to come down, down. Again, imagine your feet were against something. That's almost the feeling that you want to try to get, pushing out through the legs. Pressing down through the knees can help you get some anchorage. This is your last one. And then from there, we're going to be coming back into scissors. So hinge, watch the pelvis go tuck, tuck. So it's that tipping point where you're almost going to lose it. From there, lengthen the legs, roll yourself down, lift your legs up and over. Fingertips point up towards your bum. Now be on your shoulders rather than on your head. And we go scissors, so switch and switch. So I'm doing a little pulse that we know of as in scissors. Okay. And now our goal is to let one leg move away from me as much as the other leg comes towards my face. The towards the face is the easy one. Okay, focus on the away one without dumping weight in your hands. The next move is bicycle, which is a wee bit more challenging, but really, really beautiful on the hip. So bicycle, you get two legs stretched at one point. My left knee will bend and come towards me as my right leg moves away. Both legs stretched and change. So it is a continual movement through both legs, and I do like to get the feeling that both my legs are stretched at some point, simply because it keeps a bit of coordination coming through me. And then you'll flip the bend of the knee. So the leg bends, reaches away as the other leg comes towards you. Again, you're thinking that that foot of my bending leg right now, my right leg, is trying to touch the floor, which is super challenging, especially if you don't want to dump the weight into your hands. That's the lift up that we want through the belly here. After this next one, we'll drop down and come into shoulder bridge. So the hands are going to slightly change position. Just be careful of that. You slowly lower, lower, lower. 1 foot finds the ground and you drop that heel down. Rearrange so your fingers wrap around your body and that free leg comes up and down. This is a high bridge, so you're in extension through the spine. So lower and lift the leg. You're going to flex to come up, point to go down. Or as I did on this leg, I pointed to come up and flexed to go down. And then I changed my mind on the other leg. Quick flicky transition. Bing bong. Goal. Your hands are there to notice that you're keeping your hips still. Not to really rest into, so keep the lift up through the back of the legs, through the glutes, not a squeeze, a feeling of lift. I always find works better. Point down, flex up, bend that leg, roll your spine down, go ha, and you'll roll yourself up into spine twist. Before spine twist, legs together, by the way, now please. I have to do a variation because the bush is in the way. So legs together, push the heels out, and I suddenly realised, wait, that's not going to work. So bending the arms, tush, tush, and stretch. So you twist, twist, center. Your goal is do not let your legs move. Okay, so you squeeze them together, you push them away from you. Think as if you're turning right, reach the right foot forward often helps. Now if you've got a wall in the way like I have, I can bend and then stretch the arm. Now, different breath. I could inhale, inhale, center, or exhale, exhale, center. Both perfectly fine. Play with them both. See how they feel. Great way to twist, especially if you're a desk worker. Okay, get out of it in the desk and coming to jackknife. So like the rollover, we go up and over, touch the floor this time. Lift, lift, lift the legs, toes to ceiling, touch the clouds. Roll down. Keep the legs high as you roll down without letting your head come up. Legs go as low as possible for you and then pitching up and over. So you want to touch and then lift. And it's the lift that really is the strength part through the move and then keeping those legs away from you. So you're going to exhale, stomach, 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 stomach. Breathe in, legs come up, breathe out, go over. Inhale to lift them high. Bit of hamstring work underneath the bum. Keep that squeeze underneath your bum, that tension there as you roll down, constantly trying to push the legs away from you. I do like the rolling ones. And the arms as loose, pressing down, but without kind of gripping the floor as well. So you want to keep a relative openness through the chest. Flip it over, come onto one side. Legs a little bit forward in his variation for your side kick. Resting up on your elbow, find lift through your body so you're not going to dump down and you kick forward and back. Now your goal is not to collapse the body in any shape or form, so it really is, in my case here, the right leg coming forward, flexing, pointing to go back, keeping the lift of the rib cage on that underside waistline and underneath the armpit. So it's a big challenge to be in this position. Please go down low if you don't like this through your neck. But I was actually using my hands to help. Come up into plank to then gracefully transition, lower yourself down to the other side. Again, lifting up through the underside of the waist. Kick, kick. Watch the bushes. So the exhale is when the leg comes back. That's where you're more than likely going to arch your back. So exhale the leg back, inhale and kick it forward to, if you can go into a good range, that will help you get some stretch coming through the back of the leg. And on the way back, it's a great stretch through the front of the leg. Beautiful hip movement again. And obviously keeping that core on, lifted and in. This time turning onto your back, we're coming into TEASERS. So sitting up, rolling down. Okay. So everything's going to come up together. Our arms start to come up. You breathe in, breathe out. Lift, lift the body, lift the legs. Reach your fingers towards your toes. Look that way. Lift the chest that little bit. And then all the way back down. So you can have a break on this first repetition, but not the next few. Now, option. I try inhaling up, because it's a good thing. Can you still connect into your abdominals on an inhale as well as an exhale, especially when we're moving, not in life. So you balance. If you've got a wobbly tailbone, please put a towel under there. And then this time, see, we didn't touch the floor. So we come up. As you come down, you just roll down, lower the legs, work through the back of the legs. Don't touch the floor to then go, ooh. That was a tough one. You can see my little on my face there. And last time, this one, please, once you're up, bring your hands down. You're into hip circles. I struggled with this one a little bit. One, I had to change myself because, again, my bush was in the way. So arms, you're going to need to take them as wide as necessary for your body, because your goal is to keep the upper body still. So as your legs are turning, consider that your body is turning the other way, even though it isn't really. So the legs go over, around, and up, and then change. So exhale down, around, inhale, lift. Look at the concentration on my face. I'm funny. So as my legs are coming here to the left, my chest, I'm thinking right. And I say, I had to fiddle with my arms a little bit to help me get it, because I struggled. Some moves need more practice. This was one of them for me today. Once I did this last rep, I flipped myself up onto one arm and came over, lowering myself down to come into swimming. So arms stretch forward, legs stretch back. Again, even though you're on your belly, you're still working in through the abdominals. And it's opposites for the swim. So everything comes up to begin, and then the right arm and left leg will go higher, and then they switch, switch, switch. Take your time, go a little faster, play with it. I was going inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Then I went to inhale, 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 exhale, exhale, exhale. So play with the breath, what works for you. Try to keep your legs as strong and straight as you can. A little bit of knee bend I've got going on there, so I could have reached a bit more to work through my hip. But hey, you don't know till you see. Pushing up, coming into leg pull front. So find your plank position on your hands. Heels push back, head pushes forward. As we lift one leg, we kick it twice and move back in space. So leg goes up, pulse back, back and forward. Back back, forward. So the pulse is a lift, lift, return. Keep the lift through your shoulders, hyperextended elbows. Please keep checking that you're not dropping into that. Great move to get the butt on. Heel away from head, lift through the belly, fast moving pace, and tired. So drop down one side, flip yourself over so we can come into leg pull up, which means we're facing upwards. So you turn it around. Fingertips could point forward or face out a little bit or face back. Again, comfort for shoulder, please. So we pick up, draw up through the belly, press down through the feet, lift, lift, down. It's a similar move to what we just did, but now it's a forward position. Strong, straight leg, eyes forward on the horizon rather than letting the head drop back. You can take a sneaky look down at your hips or your phone to check the order to make sure that they're not rocking as you're lifting the leg, which is why this is challenging. Okay, lift up through those shoulders, try not to sag, and then you will take one leg underneath you so you can come into side kick kneeling. So this is the same move as you did a minute ago on the floor, but we're higher. So there's a lot more effort now going on. So I'm on my fingertips because it helps me get the hinge at my hips. Okay, long through the spine, kick, kick, exhale to go back. Again, hand in the back might help you feel that you're not arching. The goal is to get your supporting leg vertical. So if you've got a mirror, it's a good thing to use. I'm a little bit into my arm there. So I needed to kind of shove my body, if you can see, towards the green thing on my side. So to kick, kick, and back. And also the leg might drop a little bit. So then I had to suddenly go, get your leg up, Lisa, come on. Whew. Tough little move for the hips in general and a lot of balance and control. So coming around the other side again. So femur, the leg bone, wants to be as vertical as possible. Balancing on the fingers, kick, kick, and back. Challenge is the leg coming back, not to let your back go into a big arch. So again, the support in the upper body system as you kick and kick, kick forward, exhale, return. Kick, kick, exhale, back. Lift. So you've got to constantly keep thinking, where is my body in space? What is going on? Stay in the body to help you on these harder moves. Side bend. So come back to the other side. Feet stacked or staggered. You reach over, look down, drop the hips, look towards your feet. Come up, come over. So you are going into a big rainbow shape. Both ways, really. One's an up rainbow, one's a down rainbow. 4 repetitions each side. So you drop, you lift, you over. I make myself laugh with my fingers doing floaty things. And then transition smoothly round to come to the other side. So you go over, look down, drop the hips, look down. Goal is to keep like you are in a toaster. So you don't want to stick your bum or your boobs forward because they're going to get burnt. Take an option of the left foot, in this case forward, if that would be better for you. Hooey! Coming down, boomerang. A lot of combination moves here. So sit with your right leg over your left, sitting up tall. So combinations of moves. We're going to roll over first. So we've done roll over. We switch the legs over the top. We lift. As we come up, we sit in teaser. Circle the arms around. Hands linked behind like double leg kick. Going over, fold over the legs, sweep through the bushes. Roll it straight back down. When you're up and over, like the rollover, open, close the legs, switching cross, roll up, lift, teaser, circle the arms, squeeze the shoulders back and keep the chest up, control the lowering of the legs as you go into what we call dying swan. Again, please, I had to readjust my arms because of the trees. Lift up, flip, scoop, roll, control, control, control. I did this sweep on my legs there because I just felt like it helped give me length because of the touch. It wasn't to pull myself. To try it. If you don't like it, please don't. Joseph Pilates was a genius with what he did, and simply we just try new things, which I like to think he would do if he was still with us, personally. And that's where we get new creations, new learning. We play with what we know. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and how awesome is that? After this one, please, you're going to come up. Ooh, legs come apart, hands go lace through, and you're into seal. So drop your eyes, look down, you roll back, you go clap, clap, clap. Roll up, balance, clap, clap, clap. Clapping is a variation. You may just roll back, do 1 clap, you could do 2. The key is to balance on the shoulders, not on the head, and the clap comes from the hip, not just from the feet. Great moves, all the rolling ones. They really are beautiful for the spine. And then this time when you go back, you're going to go there and change the leg position because we're going to be moving into crab. Funky little move that I tend to do slower. So the legs cross and you hold the feet. You roll up, you come over onto your knees. And your goal is almost like you're going to do a forward roll. So this is why I go slowly, because I'm going, okay, creeping my hips, creep my hips, creep my hips. Keep the back of my legs connected, my core connected. If I come up there slowly, I really get into my abdominals. Legs cross when you're over. Come up, come over. So the encouragement of the slowness for me and keep tipping helps me access the backs of my legs. Yeah, you can see I'm flipping and it's just like, where's my tipping point? To not put weight and smash my head on the floor. Okay, so that really is your goal. My hips need to come further forward there. They say I go slowly because I know this is a move that, one, I'm not used to doing, and it's a challenge for my body. And they're going to be there in all of the moves. There's going to be some you go, yay! It's the ones where you go, they're the ones we need to focus on. So this is a massive core lift to try to balance you. Oh, I'm doing quite well there, look. Go on. Yay! Go me! Even if you've been practicing for years, there are some moves that you just don't do. For me, this was one of them. That, you know, I'm bringing it back in because it challenges me, which, how awesome is that? Once you finish with your crab, you come up, you're going to roll up, hands go down, step or jump back, lower yourself down, we're into rocking. So it kind of counterbalances the rolling moves we've got, because we've got kind of rolling or rocking now using the back body. So bring the legs up, hold on to the ankles or feet, lift through the chest, lift through the hips. Now this is about breath, working your movement, and a little bit of squeeze every now and again. So when you inhale, the chest is up, exhale, the legs up, inhale, chest. And your goal is not to fling your head. So it's butt work, chest work, butt work, back work, butt work, upper back, butt work, upper back. And it's not easy, so all we can do is the best we can. Then you're going to stop, lift from there, push back, and we do a little whee, jump through, sit back, and we're into control balance, our penultimate move in the sequence. Control balance means we roll back, roll over, legs go up and over, arms come overhead. We hold one foot and we do our scissor move again. So I'm going, where's my foot? Where's my foot? Come here. So I'm holding my foot a little bit to pull it in and stretching the other one up. That's my goal. I'm trying to get that up leg up, which is why I took my arms down lower to try to encourage a bit more of a lift. Once you've done the last repetition on each side, right about now, you're going to roll and see if you can roll and stand yourselves up. 3, 2, 1, go. Roll and stand. Beautiful. Sorry, my head gets cut off. So you're at the front edge of your mat, so do a roll down there. Jump or step back into a plank. Walk your hands back into your feet and roll up. We have push-up to finish, so we're going to do this one time down only with 3 push-ups. Drop your head, roll yourself down, roll through the spine, keep the belly lift. Walk it out forward into a plank. Remember, from head to heel, you are like steel. 3 push-ups, not my favourite for triceps, but that's what I worked with. When you push up, abdominals go, come on, get up there. Oh, I'm just about made it. Walking the hands back into the feet. Roll yourselves up. Ooh, whoop, whoop. Congratulations, you made it through the 34 original moves. So give yourself a little happy dance. Great work. Hope you feel good. Keep practicing.